Alright, so we are currently on our way to go to the, do you call it shooting range?
Yeah.
Gun range? Okay, the shooting range to practice our self-defense because I'm really bad at it. Tyler's better than I am since he's kind of grew up around it more. But since we're living in Atlanta and we're kind of in a sketchy apartment in part of town, since we're so close to downtown, we're trying to get better at our shooting skills and our self-defense. So we're on our way to Marietta right now to, oh, that's that Olympic flame place.
Oh yeah.
They have, what do they have there? What was it that? The
Gyros.
Gyros. So we're gonna try and go there one day. We haven't decided when yet because we're poor. But yeah, so it should be fun and interesting to see how it goes. We've got all of our stuff in our, it's like turned, in our Disney bag over there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Disney. Don't
Disney,
judge us.
And then the people at the store are definitely gonna judge us.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah. We're gonna walk in. We might as well walk in with a stuffed Tigger or something.
Oh, we should have brought Tigger.
No. Why would we bring a Tigger to a gun store?
Because Tigger needs to learn self-defense too. What if like Pooh or Rabbit tries to come at him? Or what if like the little gopher tries to break into his home? He's got to be prepared for self-defense.
You realize that Tigger isn't a real living creature, correct?
He's a character though in a movie or in a TV show, and like that could easily happen.
Okay.
I watched a video, that video on Pooh's Corner, and they did a video about stranger danger back in like the 90s or whatever, or the 80s. So they could like do instead of a stranger danger, like a self-defense Pooh's Corner.
Yeah.
And that's what it could be about. I just came up with the next idea for it. So cute. I wish I could tell what type of car it is. It doesn't zoom in anymore. This looks so cool on the camera. I think we're going so much faster than we are looking at the camera. So bumpy. I feel like got some pretty like colored trees in there.
That's good.
We were back at the top of the hill. It was like just such a great view from up there. Okay, so we just got done with the shooting range, and I think it went pretty well. I feel like I did better last time with like shooting overall. I feel like I hit the target, but I also think the target was bigger last time.
Yeah, the target. So what we were using like a splatter dot type target, and it was probably about 3/4 of the size of the target that we used last time.
Okay.
We were shooting it anywhere between 5 to 10 yards out. So that's what we were doing.
Okay.
Last time we were using one of those competition type targets that we were using before. So it was like a full size silhouette type deal, and we were shooting that at 5 to 10 yards last time. So
Yeah.
it was probably, if you wanted to like extrapolate out, we were probably shooting this time the equivalent of anywhere from like 2 yards further, so 7 to 12 yards. So it was a couple more yards further based on the size of the target.
Okay. But yeah, so we put a little laser on my handgun, and we learned that I apparently do better without the laser than I do with the laser, which it was really surprising because I feel like I did so bad last time we went shooting before we had the laser on the gun. With like shooting and aiming. So I really thought the laser was going to help me this time, but it didn't. It actually kind of made me be worse.
Oh yeah, it made you a lot worse. With the laser, she was hitting like the target 3 out of 10 times or something like that.
Yeah.
And I turned the laser off and made her use her fundamentals, and she started hitting it like almost all the time.
Yeah.
So I think what the thing with the laser is If it's like a low light, low visibility type deal, and you don't have night sights on your gun,
Yeah.
it's easier to use the laser then. But if you're, shooting regularly, especially for, I wouldn't say a beginner shooter, but someone who doesn't have as much experience, having a laser on there lets you get sloppy with your technique because you're relying on the bullet's going to go where the laser is pointing rather than good grip fundamentals and stance and trigger control and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
I think the laser causes you to get sloppy a little bit.
Yeah. And I agree with that. And I do think that the laser definitely helps at night because I find it to be helpful at night whenever, we think we hear a noise or we think we hear somebody like trying to break into our house and you have to like get up and look. I definitely think it's easier for you to like use the laser than like flip on all the lights and, I feel like it's more, I guess, secretive than, us just like flipping on all the lights. And so if somebody were breaking in the house, it'd be less like, letting them know.
Ideally, instead of the laser, what I'd like to do is put on her. Well, and I guess I have the laser on there for Erica because I thought it would help her. Ideally, what you should do is you should put like a little type front-mounted flashlight on the Picatinny rail there.
Oh, yeah, like we see on the TV shows sometimes.
Right, so that way whenever you grip your gun, it activates that flashlight.
That's cool.
So then it illuminates, in front of you, and it's a flashlight versus the laser, which, I mean, the light of the laser does illuminate stuff, but
yeah, not like a lot.
It's not like a flashlight, which if you want to be continuing good with your fundamentals, you should do the flashlight on the front of your gun for low visibility type situations, and then possibly night sights rather than the laser.
Okay.
The laser just causes you to get sloppy because you're just
looking at the laser,
looking at where the laser is instead of looking through the sights and everything like
right,
that.
because that's what I was doing, was just like looking at the laser and just assuming that the gun was going to go right where the laser was, because that's like what makes sense.
I was watching her, instead of pulling up all the way and looking through the sights, she had it like down like at her belly button, and she was just kind of like aiming the laser. So anyway,
it made sense in my head.
The laser is definitely not what you want to do if you're a beginner shooter.
Yeah.
Because your fundamentals just go out the window.
Yeah, but I will say that the good thing, like the thing that I liked about the laser is that holding my hands up to like where I'm looking through the scope, like my arms get so tired so quickly with constantly shooting. So the thing I liked about the laser was that it could like let me hold the gun lower and like rest my arms, I felt like more, which is in good form, but it was more comfortable.
And be noted though, whenever you were doing that, you were also missing the
I
target.
was missing the target, yeah.
So.
Yeah. But you did really good, as usual. You hit the target, basically, in the little red dot.
Yeah, the bullseye.
The whole time, the bullseye.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was good. I think it was better than last time in a way, because I think I felt more confident this time. Even though I didn't hit the target as much, but then again, the target was smaller. So, I don't know. I think overall it was pretty good, though.
Yeah, no, I think you did good.
There's, crap, what's his name? Duck Dynasty Willie was just up on that billboard for some kind of beer or something. For some kind of, like, Christmas beer. But yeah. And that gun range wasn't bad. It was a pretty good one.
Yeah, we went to the Wild West, Wild West Traders in Marietta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
People were nice, the ranges were solid.
Yeah.
So, it was just a good experience overall, I feel like.
I think so. And the other thing that I liked was that it wasn't as noisy. Like the last shooting range that we went to, like last year or whatever, you kept like hearing people guns go off, which makes me nervous and makes me shaky. Like even more shaky than I already am whenever I shoot a gun. So I think that like helped too.
We went on a Sunday morning, so there was like maybe like one other couple there.
Yeah.
And they were like on the far end of the range. So
yeah, you couldn't
as opposed to the last place we went
to
in Birmingham where there was, 6 or 7. Basically all the lanes were full, so
it was terrifying. But yeah. I think it was good.
Yep.
I think it's a good experience. A good Sunday afternoon experience.
Absolutely.